do you guys see this new staff and player personnel reaching a Super Bowl or an NFC Championship by the time Kyle's contract's up? He better. They better.
It's all going to depend on the quarterback, man. It's not about what guy they get to replace me. It's all about the quarterback. And I've been thinking about it a lot. I don't know if you want to talk about this, and maybe it's not the right guy, but I've been thinking, I was going on a run last night, and I feel like, is it Trask? Is it Fields? I just don't feel like Kyle Shanahan is the ideal coach to develop a young quarterback. There's not a lot of evidence there, but he didn't develop Kirk Cousins. McVay did. He scouted him and picked him. He didn't develop him. He didn't develop Beathard. He didn't develop Jimmy G. He didn't develop RG3. He just hasn't done that. And, his dad never really developed quarterbacks either. He had Cutler. To me, what the Shanahans do is they're the ideal coach for a veteran quarterback. That veteran guy who's really good and developed. Matt Ryan, John Elway. But it's just kind of been like asked to do too much for a mediocre team. Like, be the whole team. Drop back 50 times a game. Do everything. What the Shanahans do is like, no, we're not going to do. We're going to give you a running game. We're going to give you play action. Your job is going to be easier. We're not going to develop you, but we're going to make your job much easier than it's ever been. And it works for these guys. So if you could get him a guy like Matt Ryan, whoever it is, Ben Roethlisberger 3 years ago, Phillip Rivers 3 years ago, I think that works. And, you could get a 40-year-old quarterback. Quarterbacks are playing longer than ever. Pay him $15 million instead of $30. And it seems to me that could be what Shanahan ends up doing, although who knows if he'll go that route. The thing about Matthew Stafford is he's really freaking expensive. I'm saying a guy like Phillip Rivers is cheap. I don't know if he'd want to play behind Mike McMuffin, but you could get a future Hall of Famer who's been in the Pro Bowl, 39, say, look, we'll give you $15 million. Do you want to win a Super Bowl? I think a lot of guys say, yeah, I'd rather take $15 million than retire. Let's make this happen. And I think Shanahan could, if you give Phillip Rivers this run game, I think he would have won. I think he would have won that Super Bowl. He can't be too expensive. You can't be paying him $20 million, but at 15, that's the way I think Shanahan gets his ring, with a vet. I don't know if he's going to develop Justin Fields. I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I feel like Shanahan's never going to go where he needs to go until he gets that 35-year-old quarterback. And it's not exciting from a fan's perspective because you want the young guy who develops into the Patrick Mahomes. But you know what? I think Shanahan could win a Super Bowl with a Hall of Fame quarterback who's a little over the hill and just a little under market value. Look what LaFleur's doing with Aaron Rodgers. I think Shanahan's a better coach than LaFleur. And look what he did with Matt Ryan. If you give him a Matt Ryan level quarterback, I think he could do it. But we'll see. I don't know if he's ever going to get that guy. I think he's thought Kirk Cousins was that guy. And maybe Kirk Cousins is. He's never going to get Kirk Cousins. It's not going to happen. No, but there's other guys. Like, it could be Big Ben this offseason. It could be Rivers. I just feel like Rivers is going to look at this offensive line and be like,
not Ben.
No Ben. And Ben is done. Ben looks like he's 40, like he's 50. But you know what I'm saying? Basically that kind of guy. And I don't know who it is this year, but that's what he needs.
Look, my thing is this, and this is the thing that I've been pounding the table about. If the 49ers would have had a 10 to 15% increase in quarterback play, they're probably playing this weekend.
I just don't understand why they passed on Tom Brady. I just don't get it, man. Because it's like, Kyle, you told everyone you didn't like Jimmy. 8 passes in the NFC Championship game. We agree with you. We would have done the same thing. We don't like Jimmy either. And then you passed on Tom Brady? Dude, that doesn't make sense, man. That doesn't make sense.
If Tom Brady's here, this team is probably playing this weekend.
Yeah, and you're not committed to him long term. It's a 2-year deal. You can move on. I'll never understand that one. I kind of understand not drafting Mahomes. They weren't the only team that passed on Mahomes, and he's a draft prospect. Tom Brady, dude. What did you think? You really thought Jimmy was better than him? No, you didn't. You didn't think Jimmy was better than him. You just balked. That's it.
So the buzz around that deal for me that I heard, right? And you can dispel this if you know more than I do, but this is what I've heard. The deal was done for Brady. The problem is that Brady's 42 and does not want to restructure his deal. He had never taken a bag his entire career with New England because he wanted to be team first and win. So you're not going to ask a guy who's going to play maybe 2 or 3 more years, hey, restructure your contract. Brady was fully committed to getting his money. He wanted to come here. They had it done. They would have sent him they would have sent Jimmy right back. But without that restructured money, the deal falls through and you're ended. So I wouldn't say that this front office said, we don't want Brady, because they openly, and this isn't my opinion, openly told you, openly told you that they talked about it.
The rumor that I heard, and it's just a rumor, haven't written it because I haven't confirmed it, but that it fell apart over like $9 million.
Oh. All right, so his first 2 contracts, he got paid the full 9. But what is he making now, right?
All I'm saying is what I heard is it basically fell apart over $9 million. $9 million. I don't know. Is that enough to say no? Maybe he's too much. I am a proponent of not paying quarterbacks too much, but you know what? It's Tom Brady, man. It's the greatest quarterback of his generation. He has won Super Bowls making 12% of his cap. He's done it. So I just don't understand.
44 touchdowns this year.
Now, again, it's very difficult to compete in free agency with the tax-free states, because if they make Tom Brady an offer in Tampa, then the Niners have to basically make like a 20% higher offer because of California state taxes or whatever it is, 15% higher. It's difficult, but sorry. I'm sorry. Jimmy's expensive too, man. Like, what did you do there? Yeah. What did you do?
Right.
And Rivers was available. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I know. Look, I get what you're saying, right? You know, I understand people saying that they don't want Phillip Rivers because the guy can't move, but man, he played his ass off this year.
Neither can Jimmy. Neither can Jimmy, man. At least
one is a 40-year-old guy. One's a 40-year-old guy who's chasing around kids all day, you know, so you could tell that his body's all messed up, you know, one's 29, right?